Have you ever wondered what is actually going on in the country? What people are actually interested in? Not through some poll, not through some survey where the sheer act of creating a survey creates biases. You can Google it. Then there's the layer on top of that, which is the organization that creates the poll or survey that has their own biases. Most of these companies are for profit, meaning they make a profit. Cool, I'm all for that. But what does that mean? The truth, the North Star for their business is not accuracy, is not objectivity. Their objective is to make a profit. Cool, I'm all for that, right? But I think illustrating that is the point, and being clear and upfront and honest about that is not happening enough in today's society. And I use data from the two largest sites in the planet, Google and YouTube, also the two largest search engines in the planet, Google and YouTube, to understand what people are actually interested in. Not through some biased form of capturing some type of response from people through a survey or a poll, but what people are actually searching for. What a novel idea, right? We already know how bad surveying is. You just look back 4 years ago, 2016, do that Google yourself. You can watch my last video on it over here. And I got this comment on here, and I wanted to talk about this comment because I think it brings some interesting points to light that we should have a conversation around. So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it's good over I can see you. All right, so let's get into this video. As I mentioned, I do research on the Google Trends, which is a tool that Google puts forth. Google owns YouTube as well, and they aggregate all the searches on Google and on YouTube, and you can go through and look, right? So you put in a search term, and it tells you the volume of searches for that. In this example, Donald Trump or Joe Biden. You can go check out that actual research back over here in the channel, right? Just click back to the channel. It's a video right before this one. You can check it out. There's several videos. You can check out all of them and see what your thoughts are. And I received this comment here, and I'm not trying to like give this person a hard time, so I wanted to cross out their name, but this is the comment they leave. I despise Trump, though I look for him on YouTube and via Google, just to see what the racist is up to. Says nothing. I also believe the earth is a sphere. I'll still watch videos of those that don't, just for laughs and comments. Says nothing. And of course, I think it's supposed to be of course his search numbers are going to be higher. He's the president. By the way, Clinton won the popular vote by nearly 3 million votes, so the polls were right. So let's go through line by line, right? And I'm not trying to give this person a hard time, but I think there's a fundamental thing here, right? We steal down all the bullshit and we look at actual people's behavior. The assumption that maybe I could have laid out a little bit better is that I believe people do what they want to do. That means they consume content that they enjoy. They do things that they enjoy, right? The old cliche that actions speak louder than words holds true. Otherwise, why would you live your life that way? If you don't enjoy every single day, and maybe there's moments during the day where you don't, but why would you continue to live your life that way if you don't enjoy it? Pretty simple, right? That's how people optimize for happiness and fulfillment. So, if You are spending your time consuming somebody that you tell yourself you don't enjoy. It, to me, is kind of funny. It's kind of entertaining. Not in the sense that I'm judging, because I consume things that other people wouldn't enjoy. It's just that the easiest person you're going to be able to fool in life is looking back at you in the mirror every fucking morning. And when you go throughout life consuming content that you tell yourself you don't like, and yet you continue down that path to do things that you tell yourself you don't like this person or their content, I think there's a fundamental, deeper issue here that needs to be addressed. Why? Why take that? What that is implying is that you don't enjoy spending more time with your loved ones. You don't enjoy picking up that book that you've always wanted to read. You don't want to get that project done at home, right? You don't want to learn a new skill. You don't want to do something productive that's going to better your life if you are optimizing for happiness and fulfillment. And when you look at it in this lens, it's interesting to me because it is so foreign a concept for the way I live my life. To think that people actually go through and spend their days consuming content for people that they say they don't like, but as you can see, name calling here, for people they don't like, instead of taking that time, like, I'm not going to consume content for shit that I don't like. I want to learn. I want to grow. I'm striving for success in the way I define success, and in the way that I want to be happy, in the way that I want to be fulfilled. And to think that there's some version of success and fulfillment that comes from consuming content that doesn't make you happy, that probably irritates you, if you're that emotionally tied to something where you have a response that comes to name calling instead of acceptance. It is a new enlightenment for me to recognize that there's people who go through life this way. And I think that there's a tremendous opportunity that is playing out now through the distillation of all the information and of opinions that are happening across the world on the internet, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or some other platform. TikTok's super awesome, whatever your opinions are on that. And there's a mirror of, you can find whatever you're looking for in the world. If you want to find more hate, there's a giant network called the internet, and you can go anywhere on the internet and you can look for other people who also hate. If you want to create that energy inside of you where you feel the need to name call, there's people you can associate with online that are gonna be angry. I heard a good saying once that anger is like playing hot potato with a hot burning coal, right? You're tossing it back in your hands. And the purpose of anger, because you're playing with it in your hands, right, is to throw the hot coal. And I thought this was a very enlightening and almost very, very accurate representation of what anger is, in the sense that these are things that this gentleman or female, whoever it is, actually choose to consume. without the realization that maybe there's a better path. If you don't like those feelings in your life, if you get agitated enough to have an emotional response for something, right? And I think it was Al Frankel, or maybe I got the name wrong. You guys can let me know down in the comment section. Who was in a concentration camp, and he actually goes into saying that between stimulus and response, there's a moment, and what you do in that moment is your decision. So if you're going through life and you're choosing to be that way, you're choosing to create those emotions that are so charged to the point of calling somebody names is a complete foreign concept to me that people actually want to go through and live their life this way, as we touched on in the beginning of the video. People optimize for happiness and fulfillment. And to think that there's some type of happiness or fulfillment garnered through the process of creating that energy, that doesn't seem super enjoyable to me. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. If you guys have any thoughtful comments, leave them down below and maybe we can do a video on those. If you have any thoughts, you want to jump over to Instagram, there is a link down below. Jump over to Instagram, say what's good. Also, if you found this content helpful or valuable, share it with somebody. Now, that is how you start winning. You can share the message. You don't have to share the content, right? Because you're like, oh, this guy's trying to get me to share his content. Don't do that. Just share the message about how you think about life, because that's way more important. Is understanding that between stimulus and response is your choice. And if you think that it's just automatic, then that's how you're going to respond. And that space between stimulus and response is very small for you. If you don't want those emotions in your life and you want to have more happiness, more purpose, more love, more money, more fucking anything, abundance, you name it. There's a multitude of other emotions that I'd rather experience than anger or hatred. Like, this is a complete waste of time for me, like an utter waste, like complete zero ROI. Actually, probably a negative ROI to go through and experience those. If you think that there's no space between stimulus and response, it's because you're not looking small enough. Look at those things throughout your day where all you need to do is find one thing where you responded, you made the decision to respond in a way that is not going to make you a better version of yourself. Your choice. Recognize one of those a day. And then as you start, and that might be something like you laying in bed and just watching YouTube videos versus actually getting up and cleaning the kitchen or picking up your fucking clothes or making that call at work or whatever it is. You go through and you start recognizing those instances and you've already got the ball started in the right direction. Love to hear what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Don't forget to press that subscribe button and that bell notification so YouTube can notify you next time I post a video. Peace.